Today I'm here to talk about my experience with Zenmarket and how they have basically smashed up so much of my stuff now. I've sent a fair few boxes with these guys, about 40 odd boxes. They've smashed up 3 of them. Well, they don't smash them up, they just don't pack them properly. Now, what I have experienced with them is this huge reluctance to actually admit to the fact that they haven't packed properly, and they will try and blame anyone, like you, or the post office, or customs. They will try to say, well, you know, they could have done it. So let's start at the beginning with box number 1. This was the first box. You've got this unit here, which is basically got a smash in the corner there. It's taken that clean off. And what happens, it's about 10 kilograms, and they pack it up in bubble wrap, and then they don't put corner protection on it, or not all the time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now, this one was just wrapped up in bubble wrap and nothing else to protect it, and its own weight against the plastic case, because it does have metal inside, you can see there. And also it has a big transformer inside, so it's pretty heavy. And yeah, it just smashes inside the box. Now, here's the back of it. The same thing has happened there. It's pretty bad, really. And they don't admit that it's them at first. Now, this one, I did get them to pay up, but this was the first in a long story of arguments with them. So yeah, this was one unit. Then there was another one in there as well that had this going on, and that now has power supply issues. Like like the power's inconsistent. Sometimes you have to wiggle the cable, kind of thing. And because it's used gear, because it's old second-hand stuff, which a lot of people will buy from Japanese proxies, it's like the visual evidence will have to suffice. But yeah, like they basically say, well, we don't know if we did it, or can you tell us how much you think we owe you? And then they're like, oh no, we can't give you that. Can we give you this? Blah blah blah. And you have to drag it out with them. And so this one time, I got something back. It wasn't full value of what was in the box, but it was something, and I regret being so soft now, big time. Really do. I should have been far more. Yeah, I reckon a lot of other people have been through this, but well, we'll find out. Anyway, you can comment. So this is the second unit that came in a successive load of parcels later on, quite a bit later. This one arrived. 30 kilos, all the weight had been put on this leg here, which was meant to hold it away from the wall, and they'd put all the weight on that without any kind of anything to protect it on its whole body, and yeah, it's cracked there and smashed it, and it doesn't even turn on. I can't make it work. So that was again a problem. Now this one, I managed to photograph it in its bubble wrap as I unpacked it. I was quicker this time, but they still said, we think the post office did it. Or no, it was SF Express. Now I understand that. Actually, I don't understand, because I didn't understand then. I said to them, you can't blame SF Express when you've got 30 kilos packed like this. Like you can't put it on them. They've done everything they needed to do. They carried it as carefully as they could. It's heavy. They haven't been throwing it around like a football, have they? It's huge. So anyway, it's annoying because they won't admit. Now this one really annoyed me because they had the gall to get me to contact SF Express and say, I want to put a claim in, which I really protested against. But in the end, I buckled because I thought, all right, we'll go through their swings and whatever, their stupid rigmarole. And they said, hi, we contacted Zenmarket and we said that we didn't do it. They won't reply. They haven't replied to us. I was like, you didn't even tell me to contact them because you thought it was their fault. You just did it because you wanted to pass the buck, right? You just thought they'll admit it. They thought they would just say, yeah, sorry, that was us. Yeah, we smashed it up. And so they were like, no way, that wasn't us. Therefore, they then said to me, you've got to contact them because they haven't been in touch with us. So I contacted them angrily saying, you haven't even replied to them. They said that they didn't do it, and you haven't even got back to them or me. And they said, oh, we're so sorry. I think you've misunderstood, actually. Or one of our departments didn't communicate with our other department internally. They didn't tell us we had this email. I'm like, yeah, right, come on. So yeah, they've done this, and then that one was hard. I fought tooth and nail. I got a refund on that one. It's a pain in the arse to get anything out of them. Like, you will have to go flipping hammer and tongs for a long time. My recommendation is filming every box, as I have been doing for quite some time. And then when you filmed it, keep the video. I deleted a video that was stupid of me. But you shouldn't have to film your boxes anyway. So you need to film it, you need to open it. And when you get it that day, you've got to film it, you've got to open it, you've got to film all the packing, you've got to show them that they did it wrong. Show them that it is their fault, all right? And then you've got to be really strict with them, because otherwise they're going to flip and try and pass the buck. Show them everything, right? Because this next one, which looks similar to an earlier one, but if you double check, you'll see that it's a different crack in slightly different places. You can see. So anyway, like this one was like, I shelved this one because I didn't have time to unwrap it, and I had another unit that I was working on, and I shelved it. And a month later, I got it, and I opened the bubble wrap, and I was like, bugger it, they're flipping smashed it again. So thinking to myself, well, I know their policies because they're hard to deal with. And they've exhausted me already. So I thought, I'm just going to stick it back together like I have in this photo, and I'll just move on with it. And then it didn't work. It didn't erase the tape. So I moved it to another surface, and that was when the flipping smoke started coming out of it. I plugged it in somewhere else, the smoke started coming out of it, and then I was like, Jesus Christ. So I took it apart, and I found that the transformer was all horrible. You can see here, there's a black wire there that I'd soldered in to try and bridge this burnt out gap here. You can see where the trace is burned off there. And I thought, I don't know what's happened there. I haven't even bothered to investigate any further. It could be a cracked solder joint. I don't know. I don't particularly want to, if it's power, I don't mess with power, all right? So anyway, these are in the corner. The transformers are in the corner where this crack is. It's in here, just kind of around here, because the power switch is there. Because it's here. And then what happens is well, I don't know what happened. I guess the stress of it made the transformer fail, or the PSU fail. There's capacitors under there. Anyway, so what happened was I contacted them saying, look, sorry, but no. This basically blew up in smoke, and I had to replace the transformer. And the best bit was that when I replaced the transformer, it started doing what it should do again. So whatever they'd done by packing it badly and smashing it was causing it to malfunction, like it wasn't erasing the tape. So then I said, well, it's obvious there were power problems. So yeah, and then yeah, they said, right, why are you reporting this now? I said it's shelved for a month because, and it's just at this point it's like, it's such a long road and you've done it before, and it's, flipping it. So they've said, right, well, you know, it's probably the post office, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, I'm not contacting them. Last time I contacted SF Express, they said that you wouldn't even bother to reply. So forget that. Don't even try it. So they listed that as one clause against me and carried on saying, oh yeah, well, you won't do this, so blah, blah, blah. And so I said, yeah, no way, I'm not having this. And they said, right, well, actually, you know what? The bubble, they asked me to repack it. That was it. They said, yeah, can you pack it up and show us how it was packed in the box? I was like, I've already told you. So they made me pack it up and put it in the box. I'm wondering why they were doing this now. Maybe it was just to time me out. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so it did time me out a fair bit. And it takes up your time. Like, burning PSUs are time consuming and worrisome. And there's stuff with me making these videos. I'm like, for God's sake, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do this when you can't admit that they've got one job, and that is to get stuff, pack it, and send it out. That's all they do. They just pack. So if they can't do that, And I'm not talking about whether their staff are incapable of doing this stuff. Anyone can do something if they've got the proper training and if the investment is made in that person. Anything can happen. So I don't know what their business structure is. They need to improve it if they want to do this. I bet they're micromanaging their flipping shop floor, their warehouse. And anyway, I'm not happy about it. It's not fair to anyone, to the customer service assistants, which I've actually said that to them as well. I've said, like, it's not fair on you. I understand this, and I understand, like, I like people, but I don't want to have to put up with this from any corporation. Frankly, they've taken the proverbial out of me and seems like other people around them. But anyway, so they asked me to repack it, and then they were like, "Oh, we noticed something about the bubble wrap. It's a different colour to the bubble wrap we use. We want to say that customs might have done this. Are you sure they didn't open it and repack it?" As if customs, they're like, "Yeah, what should we do today? I don't know, let's play pass the parcel with a 10-kilogram box. Let's just get it out of its bubble wrap and play football with it, or frisbee or whatever." And then it's just nonsensical. It's ridiculous that customs might have gone oops and dropped it on the floor, this massive thing, while they're searching for what? Drugs from Japan to Taiwan. That's what they're looking for. In my 10-kilogram machine, they might find some, I don't know what they think they're going to find, but they're not going to find anything because there's nothing there, and they don't think they're going to find anything because they didn't look. So yeah, and then I went through all my bubble wrap and said, well, actually, you do use that bubble wrap. And then they said, no, actually, calm down, this isn't, we changed it this summer or something, I don't know, and I checked and they had changed it, and then I just thought, sod it, it's ridiculous at this point. So, yeah, be wary of them. You have to film everything from the get-go. I had a video of this one, this unit here, but I only filmed it and then shelved it, so I didn't open the bubble wrap. That was my huge mistake. So you've got to film it, you've got to open it from its bubble wrap inside the box. You've got to look around, have they used polystyrene corner protection? They do sometimes, these times they didn't, or not in the right way for the big one. You've got to look if they've used polystyrene sheets. You've got to use see if they've used that thin, flimsy bubble wrap that we're all accustomed to popping. Or the big stuff. If they've used the big stuff, there's less likely to be a problem. But honest to God, if you can't pack something this big, like, you can't be blaming courier or shipping services that often, because, well, I don't know if they get annoyed with them or not, or whether they suffer many claims. I don't know how many people watching this have suffered at the hands of this situation, or whether anyone has. I've read a review elsewhere where they've said that, yeah, they've done this, and that they will try and pass the buck. They will try and blame anyone else, and it's not fair. Like, I know the guys who come and deliver it. They're lovely people, and they haven't done anything wrong. So, yeah, I don't know them, but I mean, Christ, they're innocent. So anyway, yeah, so that's that. So yeah, be careful of Zen. I'm probably going to be using from Japan from now on. They seem like the best competitor. But yeah, if you're buying big and you're buying electronic, don't even touch them with a barge pole. Cheers. Okay, folks, so now we're talking about from Japan, because Zenmarket basically kicked me off after I complained about their smashed up goods. This is from Japan. It has just arrived today, and I'm going to open it up. Now I'm going to see what it looks like. And it already feels from the outside to be pretty amazingly packed, I've got to say. So we're going to find out how this looks. All right, look at that. Look at that. Just look at it. They built a chassis. Jeez, I've got to get that out of there now, but that's... But this is how you do it, Zen. Oh, look at that. Just look at it. Look at those corners. Oh my God, this is awesome. Right, so now I've got to get it out of there. Which is kind of hard when you're holding an iPad, but everything is these. But it doesn't even get out of the box. Look at this, you can't even get it out of the box. It's that well packed. Oh, tricky this. Let's see if I can get these corners out. Look at those, eh? That's what you want, Zen. On every single flipping package, you want it just like this. There is not a chance that this could possibly go wrong. I've never. This is what people who pack should have to do. They just pack. That's all they do. They pack, and they learn how to do it so well. I can't get it out. It's stuck in there with these. There we go. Look at that. So you got these on here as well, all the way around there. That's just completely suspended in that. Let's open this one here. Now I know that this is a proper company because they've just planned it. You know, they even arrived flipping quicker than Zen managed it. So I'm from Japan. Don't even bother with Zen anymore. Look at all this in here. Look at all this in here. There was just no way anything could go wrong in that. I'll be surprised if anything's broken in that one. Absolutely surprised. There you go, you've got that. That's packed up nicely. They're packed in front of these knobs so they can't get broken. And now I've got to somehow get this out of here and have a look inside. I'm sure all that just for one unit and well, another unit, but that is what I call packing. So now, yeah, I mean, I'll open it just to show that there's nothing wrong with the front of it, but which is a lot to be asked given I'm holding an iPad in one hand. Not one break anywhere on any of that. Not a crack in the plastic, nothing. Brilliant. Thank you very much from Japan. Proved because who knows who this could be from. I mean, it could have been from anyone, but it is from Japan, all right? From Japan Limited, there you go. And that was what inside it. There's an effector and a musical instrument editor thing, which is this cord unit here, all right? Put that there. Let's go over to box number 2. I've just opened this one. Here we've got this one. Again, we've got from Japan, and in this one we should have another effector and another sound module thing. All right, looking at that. There should be in here, and then solid DP2, which is another effector. Right, we're gonna open this up. You see how they've packed this, okay? And I bet it's just as well packed as the other one. All right, and inside here there's another box. Look at that, 2 boxes for a start. Jesus Christ, it's like a flipping, look at it. It's just, there's no way that could get damaged. Unless they've packed it badly inside, but looking at the last one, I bet they haven't. Pull these out of there. Now, given the fact that that's taken what? I don't know, a week or so to get here, we'll look at the dates as well. We'll see. Oh, this is hard to get open. Put the iPad here, just while we pull this out. Box. You see now. Just look at that. Look at it. Stunning. All right, let's get the knife and get the other one open. That is proper packing, guys. There we go, all the cables wrapped up nicely. There's a PSU there. Alright, that's wrapped up separately. And we've got in here, I can't remember what the other unit was, that's a DP2, I think. And it's looking fine. We've got this there, plenty of this stuff, and that is a, what is that? I don't know what I bought. So I can see what goodies I bought. Oh, it's a Buyee K4. And of course there's no damage to it because it was suspended in animation. It was literally cradled in a system of boxes and polystyrene corner plates. What a flipping great company this is. This is who I'm going to be working with from now on. Alright, thank you very much. And then there's this one here, which is getting some DP2. We'll check that out. And you can see that there's nothing wrong with any of that. All these buttons are alright. And I'm absolutely certain these will power on. No problem whatsoever. Alright? Brilliant. Thank you very much from Japan.